Hey guys, welcome back to Witchy Life Story. I hope you guys are having a good, easy Tuesday. We're just gonna jump right in, say hello to our bird as we always do. You've got a shiny thing for me? One crow treat coming up. This place really does have a lot of crystals. What is it this time? Ooh, selenite. This crystal always reminds me of the moon. What a lovely shade of white. Definitely using this later. Thanks again, Ramsey. Alright, and let's change your outfit. Let's see. We're starting to get short on the things that we could do. I don't think we've done this dress yet. Is there a hat that goes with it? Purple. No blue. That one looks kind of nice. I also like this one. That looks so nice and fun. It kind of matches the shoes too. And what about earrings? No sunflowers. We'll do hoops. I don't know if we've done the hat and the earrings before, but I think that's fine. And let's change the hair. We're starting to get short on these options too. Oh, short and floofy. I like that. Alright, let's do that. So, we're starting to figure out what's going on with the little weevils, and everybody's kind of coming into their own. I think it's starting to wrap up. We probably have a few more episodes, but I really like how nice and calming this game is and the little storyline. Let's see. Yeah, so we probably have... I'll do 2 days, and then we'll do that one. I wonder what these symbols are at the bottom. Alright, well, let's get cooking. Oh, Robin, I did it again. I didn't mean to, but I couldn't stop it. I know I need to take it easier, but I need to balance everything better. But it's so hard. Do you have a potion or anything that could help? I'm so overwhelmed. Oh, no. Yo, Robin, I want to fix my relationship with my crew. I think I'm ready to take responsibility for my actions the other day, instead of beating myself up over them. Maybe an oil or something could help? Hi, Renji. Renji's gonna get me more views. Hey, Robin. I want to figure out how to talk to the Philly Nibblies, but they're too strong. I know I need to figure out how to change things between us, but I need to know where to find answers. Do you have an oil for that? Nisha's voice I kind of have trouble doing. I'm trying to do kind of like... Oh. Big discounts? Huh. Yeah, talk about perfect timing. I don't think I'd be able to afford Gemma's antiques otherwise. And there are some items I'm thinking of crafting. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm still figuring them out, but I'll make sure to tell you when I know. You wonder why Jamina's put everything on sale? Maybe she's sick of having her inventory lying around. But we should definitely go check out the sale. Yeah. But let's make our little potions first. Alright, so let's see. Shield, blue. I think the shield's like rosemary. Right? Yeah, and... Oh, what was the other one? The sign. Holy Book. And she wants a potion. I think that's this one. Mel needs a potion. Ooh, batteries. All these potions are so pretty. Okay, Jonas, an oil, heart, blue, and that one again, and rose. I'm gonna guess. Let's see if I got it right. I did! Woo! Only coming to the very end of it, and I'm finally remembering these things. Forgive oil. I mean, are they really still mad at him? Okay. Shield. This one. The weird P. Oh, I can't remember that one. Aluminium. Aluminium. Okay, oil. There we go. I wonder what we'll be able to buy for everyone, because, I mean, I was wondering why we didn't have more money. Go to our garden. I think it'd be cool if you could sell, like, your excess plants or something. Or just, like, have some way to sell things, okay. Or make more money, like, to grind away or something. But I think the game's kind of made to be precise. Do everything with the right times and stuff. Please. This reminds me of a little garden I had at one of my old apartments. It wasn't even a garden, it was like a fire escape that my mom and I, mainly my mom, made into a little sanctuary. Did I water these? I did. It was just a tiny little plot of land, but when we left, they like tore it up. It was a shame. Alright, let's talk to Ruth. We always start with Ruth. You approach Ruth's office. I look adorable. I wonder how the memory incense went. It seemed like Ruth found the walking meditation helpful too. You knock on the door. Ruth, are you busy? Robin, I'm busy, but that doesn't mean I don't have time for a chat. How are you doing? I came here to ask you that. You seem to be in a pretty good spirits. I am. I woke up this morning full of energy. Perhaps our little trip up to the mountain helped with that. Have you used the memory incense yet? No, actually. I wanted to practice a bit more of what you taught me the other day. But even so, I think getting everything off my chest over these past couple of days, and then taking a small break from things, is all left me feeling unexpectedly rejuvenated. I suppose knowing what I want has given me some motivation. Nisha and I have already been discussing all the places I should visit. And, of course, Mel is starting to make post-festival plans too. She never stops, that one. Who knew a young witch could have such a big impact on our small village? The side-eye. I am a Von Diesel, after all. Whether they like it or not. Especially if not. Honestly, I was a little worried in the beginning, but I knew Margie had her reasons for sending you. You really think my Gran planned this? Plan might be a strong term, but she probably saw an opportunity. I get the feeling, the Gran I know is different from the one you know. That's possibly true. Your family is known for being rather strict. Perhaps Margie saw a bit of herself in you, and wanted you to have the option to go down a different path than the one she took. I don't know what path that is. Maybe it's just the one that sent you here. But don't I have to leave? Suddenly you hear footsteps running down the hall. Bayer, we have a crisis! Oh, Robin, sorry, am I interrupting? Nope, I think we were just wrapping up. Yeah. Okay, good, because you better come quick. The napkins just got delivered, and they are not the ones I specified. Alright, I'm coming. See you later, Robin? Yep. Ooh, crystals. This feeling again. Is this selenite? Is it the crystal for... It is the crystal for wisdom and unblocking energy. Yeah, that would be a good addition to Ruth's enchanted bosom. Let me take a note of it in my grimoire. I love the little faces they make. Alright, let's talk to Mel, even though she just keeps storming in. Please let me find Mel neither sick nor tired. Please let me find Mel neither sick nor tired. You walk into Mel's office, but... Huh? Where's Mel? Oh no, did she not recover? She's supposed to be here. Maybe she just stepped out? I can leave the spell on her desk. Yeah, I'll just put it right... Ugh. And that's when you see her, Mel crouched underneath her desk, muttering something to herself. I'm sorry, what? I did it again. I woke up today and told myself I wouldn't do it, but I still did. Another Cosmopolitan ritual. No, I said yes to everyone. I said I would handle everything, and now here I am, overwhelmed again. I can't get sick. I need to sleep. The festival preparations won't go well if I don't stay well. Can you go back and just tell everyone no? No. Well, I guess I could. Delegation, that's right, I can delegate, or rather, redelegate. But I feel so worked up, I can't even think about that. What would I even delegate? Where would I start? Someday, you'll find Mel in a sane state again. Unfortunately, it might be too late to use this boundary spell. You would want to use it before removing your boundaries. Oh no, I messed up your magic again. That's not what I meant. I just have to push through this again, don't I? But I don't want you to help me with that. This is my responsibility and my responsibility alone. Oh jeez, if you let Mel handle this alone, you know it won't end well. At the same time, using more magic will probably backfire like it did previously. What could help Mel? A quick coffee break. But maybe make a decaf. But then we'd also have to go to Jean's cafe. There's no way he can see her like this. But then what? Wait, the boundary still. Maybe it's not too late. We can use it to help Mel redelegate her tasks. But we need to get her into a state where she can think about redelegating. Is everything alright? You're being quiet. And that's when it hits you. Mel, I have an idea. You do? Can we still use the spell? Not yet, but we're going to do an envisioning exercise, and then when you feel ready, you can then use the boundary spell. Envisioning? Is this some sort of mental exercise? Yep, we're going to envision how you wish things would be. So, like envisioning myself redelegating tasks? I kind of want to go more general than that. Let's try envisioning your perfect day. We can try to form a day where redelegating isn't an issue. Having a clear idea of what you might want make it easier. What you want might make it easier to happen. And then the more focused intention will help the boundary spell too. I see. Alright, let's try it. Okay, let's get ourselves into a comfortable seated position. You and Mel take a seat across from each other. Now let's take a deep breath. You close your eyes. You feel your jaw drop. Then tension in your forehead falls away. Your shoulders hang loosely with your hands on your laps. Your body both feels light yet grounded. Now, Mel, we're going to walk through a day in your life, okay? I don't know if anyone else has this, but, we used to have some kind of, mental exercise, quiet time, whatever you want to call it. I forget. Mindfulness, I think it was called, in school. And I just could never relax. It gave me so much anxiety. I would start focusing on my breathing, and, I would feel like I can't breathe. I really wish I could just, meditate. But I can't quiet my mind. It, stresses me out to try to quiet it. Mel nods her head in agreement. It's morning, and you've just woken up. What do you do? Jean's probably already awake. I can smell coffee and some freshly baked scones coming from the kitchen. She wakes up to fresh scones every morning. Oh, look how adorable! I get up, brush my teeth, get dressed, and then sit with him at the table. We talk about what we're doing that day and say when we expect to get home. Jean heads out before me, and I clean up the kitchen before heading to the office. Wonderful. Now let's relax our muscles again. You unclench your jaw and let your shoulders fall. Then tension in your forehead falls away. Your body both feels light yet grounded once again. Oh, she's strolling. Great, now tell me about your walk to the office. It's a beautiful day outside. Most days in Fuller are beautiful. Kids are playing by the lake. I can hear Jonas and his crew working hard at the festival grounds. I'm glad Jonas moved out here with us. It feels like he's finally found a place where he fits in. I look over at your cottage, and I'm so happy to see your garden blooming. Finally, things are feeling right again. Before I know it, I've arrived at Town Hall to start my day. Very good. Now, let's once again take another quiet moment. You focus on the sounds around you. The murmuring of conversations in the hallway. The chirping of birds outside the window. And just listen. The soft summer breeze. For a moment, the world is alive, and yet still. Your mind is quiet once again. Now for your workday. How do you imagine that going? This is supposed to be an ideal situation, right? Yep. Well, I walk into Town Hall, and our secretary immediately greets me. Then I head up to the mayor's office, and of course, she's already working. We have a quick morning meeting to discuss what needs to be done and the state of things. Then a few other people join us for various committees. Now, in an ideal setting, we all figure out the best way to approach the task at hand. The mayor's hands are already full, so I agree to be the one to come to if any problems should arise. Everyone walks away from a meeting with a clear list of what's to get done and who's to do it. I have my tasks, but I'm also available to help if needed. Throughout the day, I get asked a few questions and advice on things, but everyone can do their work. And I trust that they can do this work on their own. Things aren't falling apart if I don't know what's happening all the time. Okay, now for the end of the cure day. But first, let's take another deep breath. You and Mel take a deep breath. You can feel your breath deep in your lungs. As you exhale, you feel all the tension again leaving your body. The end of the day is simple. I stop by the mayor's office to let her know I'm heading out. Then I meet Gene at his cafe. He gives me whatever he's just baked and a cup of tea. We chit-chat for a little, but he's still working, so I head home. While they wait for Gene, I sit on the couch and do some knitting. Aww. Then, once he's home, we have a simple dinner, talk a little more, and go to bed. Mel opens her eyes. Not a very exciting ideal day, is it? It seems a lot more relaxed than your days now. Well, that is partly due to the festival, but I do think things could stand to be a bit calmer, and I do believe I have a big part to play in that. There aren't many days left until the festival. Maybe for the rest of the day, I'll make a clear pan for the next few days. And tomorrow, I'll present it to everyone. Perhaps at this point, it's not worth getting nitpicky about small details, and I'll make sure to use that boundary spell. That way, I'll be sure to delegate, instead of being a control freak. So you think the envisioning helped? Yeah, I do. It's crazy how easy it is to forget to think and reflect sometimes. I wish I had something that could help give me the time. Give you the time? Could I make something like that? I guess it's better late than never. But I feel like I've taken up so much of your time, I should let you get going. I'm just glad I could help. I hope your planning goes well. Thanks! Can I make something for Mel that could give her the time? You know, Janita's shop has that old hourglass. I wonder if I could put something together with that. Alright, let's talk to Jean. So it seems like there's going to be something I can make for everyone. You walk up to Jean's cafe and see a closed sign on the door, but the lights are on. That's strange. Maybe I'll take a quick peek to see if Jean is here. You walk back to the kitchen where you hear someone furiously whisking. You pop your head through the door and see Jean standing over a massive bowl of battery. He looks up at you. You look at Jean. Jean nods his head and gives you a thumbs up. You take that as saying everything is fine. Thank you for the release spell and for eating the Madeleines out of the trash. It was highly effective, but now I have a lot of batter to make. In very little time. And while I would love to share my delicious baked goods with my favorite witch in Twining, okay, maybe that's pushing it, but I need to focus right now. Please come back at a later time. A salute. Absolutely. You leave the cafe with an empty stomach but a full heart. I can't wait to taste even more Madeleines. I'm so glad Jean's recipe worked out. Yay, he did it. That was a quick one. This feeling again. Jade, the crystal of success and grounding? I can see how that would suit Jean. Yeah, I'll add that to my grimoire. Our favorite Jonas. You see Jonas and Caesar at the festival grounds, and you walk over to them. Hey, Robin. You got that spell I asked for? Let me see. Yep, right here. You hand Jonas the forgive oil. You can tell he's feeling apprehensive about it. You worried it's going to backfire? No, actually. I'm just afraid it won't work at all. What if my crew doesn't forgive me? Or even worse, what if they forgive me, but I lose my temper again? Then it means using the spell is pointless. Ish, if Jonas is this worried about the spell, it really won't work. Then we'll just need to... I've got nothing. At least nothing that's not experimental in my backfire. Am I doomed? You can tell a massive freak-out meltdown is imminent, but you really don't want to try anything that could make it worse. Think, Robin, think. Oh, Caesar. Huh? What is it, Caesar? Is something wrong? Caesar rolls over on his back. I think he wants pets. I think he definitely wants pets. Jonas starts giving Caesar belly scratches. Yeah, who's a good boy? Caesar looks up at you. He makes it all better. I think he wants you to pet him too. Give him belly scratches. He's so soft and fluffy. You and Jonas keep petting Caesar. He seems very, very happy. You realize you feel very, very happy too. You look at Jonas, he also seems very, very happy. Could it be that Caesar sensed both your stress almost rising? Caesar stands up and does a big shake. Yeah, dogs are good like that. I guess he's had his fill. I am feeling more relaxed now. Yeah, me too. Are you ready to give that forgive oil a shot? I still don't feel ready, to be honest. Obviously, I love putting Caesar, but I feel like I need something I can do to just, I don't know, prepare my brain for this stuff. Does that make sense? It totally does. Hang on, let me think. Notice your mind feels clearer now after petting Caesar. Maybe that dog is some sort of familiar. Anyway, Jonas needs something to prepare his mind to use magic. But it sounds like he needs something to break his negative thought patterns. You know, he asked you for magical words before. Maybe words are exactly what he needs. Hey, Jonas, have you ever heard of affirmations? I feel like I've heard Mel mention those before. She probably has. They're a pretty common tool bitches use to give themselves a quick boost. Are they magical? They're more of a focusing tool, I would say. I find them pretty helpful, and they're simple if you want to try them out. Nothing weird will happen. Everyone doubts me. Nope, and we'll only start with using a few so you don't get overwhelmed. Alright then, how do we do these affirmations? First, we need to identify what exactly is making you feel anxious. Let's start with maybe 3 key things. One is definitely that I'm not working hard enough to overcome my anger. A second would be, well, that I'm just a bother to other people, like Mel and Jonas and my crew. Oh, Jonas. Third is if I try to talk to people about how I feel, they'll think I'm weak. Are those good? Yep. Let's start with working to overcome your anger. Okay, so working to overcome your anger, but it's not just anger, right? No, anger is usually the result when everything gets to be too much. And I'm working on that, or at least I have in the past, but I feel like it's not enough. But you are working on it. Yeah, of course. So how about we come up with an affirmation about making progress instead? To help you focus on how you are working on it and making progress. Mel always says progress isn't linear. Maybe she's right. So how about every day presents a new chance for growth. Every day presents a new chance for growth. Wow, that's really true, isn't it? Yep, see, just saying it out helps, doesn't it? Affirmations are intense. Next, let's do relationships with friends and family. You're afraid you're too much for people, as if you need too much help? That, and I guess that they constantly have to be worrying about me. Not that it's bad to think about other people at all, but, I mean, more like they have to manage me. I don't want them to feel that way. Do they make you feel that way when you try to tell them how you're feeling? Not usually. I mean, there have been people in the past, but they were also kind of mean. I feel like you need to believe that other people care about you, and that their listening to you isn't about managing you, but showing that they care about you. Yeah, maybe. So how about I am worth it. Wow. People admire and respect me. I am worth it. People admire and respect me. I am worth it. Wow, saying that out loud feels weird, even though I know it's true. Then you just need to practice until it doesn't feel weird. Yeah, you're right. And lastly, communication. You're afraid that if you tell people how you're feeling, they'll look down on you? Yeah, like I'd be a terrible leader, or that I can't handle anything in general. It catches people off guard that I get overwhelmed and need time to cool down. I like being around people, but sometimes it can get to be too much. But I also know the only way for people to know that is for me to tell them. I like to believe people are more understanding than I sometimes want to give credit. But there's always that fear, you know? I guess if I tell them, and they still don't listen, then maybe it's not my problem anymore, though. I don't know. Let's try an affirmation saying your wants and needs are valid. You're right that some people will respect that, but others won't. But that doesn't change the validity of your wants and needs. How about we go with something like... my needs are valid, communication is strength. My needs are valid, communication is strength. Jonas seems taken aback by his words. You have a good feeling about this affirmation? Yeah, I like that. Great, we've got 3 affirmations. Let's go over them one more time. Every day presents a new chance for growth. Now the second one. People admire and respect me. I am worth it. And lastly, my needs are valid. Communication is a strength. I feel like I can already feel my mindset changing just by saying these 3 affirmations today. Just imagine how they'll make you feel with even more practice. When you feel ready, go ahead and use the Forgive oil too, and if you think you still need the extra push. Thanks a lot, Robin. You know, Nella's always burning candles and stuff when she does her thinking stuff. I wonder if she'd let me borrow one when I'm practicing, but maybe I should just focus on these affirmations first. Candles. What, is it about an idea for something? No, not at all. It just got me thinking, but it's nothing. Well, I should get going. Of course, make sure to let me know how the affirmations go. Will do. Candle. Pretty sure the shop has an old candle holder. I could probably put something together for Jonas using that. I want to go to the shop, but we gotta finish this. I gotta see what's going on with the Fiddly Nibblies. Fiddly Nibblies. You approach the art studio and you hear what you think is Nisha pacing back and forth. If you're not going to let me work, I don't know what to do. She must be fighting with the Fiddly Nibblies again. I'd better get in there. You walk into the studio. Robin, I'm at a wit's end. Do you have that spell I asked for? Let me see. Here it is. Perfect. Divination oil? This should let me talk with them, right? Not entirely. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying that again after our last attempt. You do have a close relationship with the Fiddly Nibblies, but that relationship is too strained to confront them directly without an experience switch. Then what's the point of this oil? I feel like I'm almost there with figuring out this community mural project. Is there any way to figure out what to do without talking directly to the Fiddly Nibblies? Is there a way? Is there a way? I should just yell at them some more. Ignore them, fumigate them. I should just yell at them. No, it should be something you have experience in doing. You don't want the Fiddly Nibblies to destroy the art studio again. Maybe you could figure out what to do, but not at the studio. Safely away from those spiteful spirits. You did sense Nisha's desire for the divination oil from her letter. Is there a form of divination you could do? That's it. Let's do a tarot reading and see what the cards say. Ooh. Is this something you can actually do? Of all the forms of divination, it is the one I'm most familiar with, yes. Of course, I'm still learning, but there are consequences with tarot readings. Well, at least nothing like spirits wrecking your art studio. Let's try it then. Where do we get a tarot deck, though? I have one at my place. We can do it there. Ooh. Yeah, that's probably best. Who knows what the Fiddly Nibblies would try if we did it here. Let's get going then. You and Nisha make your way to your home. Ooh. I wonder how accurate this could be. You and Nisha make your way to your home. Wow, I haven't been here in ages. It still looks the same as I remember it. Yeah, I didn't bother to change anything, considering I'm not here for that long. Well, that and I kind of like the place already. I keep my deck on my altar. Let's do the reading there. Okay, you and Nisha stand over the altar, so it's probably going to be like a 3-card spread, right? First, let's apply this oil. Okay. And then let me shuffle the cards to cleanse them of their old energy. You take the cards in your hands and shuffle them a few times. So, how does this work? First, we need to decide what spread we want. I think a 4-card spread might be best. As I said, I'm still learning, so I'd like to avoid the more complex ones if that's alright. As long as I get answers, I think of it more of a guidance than answers. Yeah, that's how I like to think of it, kind of like guidance from your spirit guides. Let's just get this started. You draw 4 cards. You, and you. Okay. I wonder if this is like a prerequisite? I don't know. The first card will tell us the problem we're facing. The second card is the obstacle. The third card is the recommended action take. And lastly, the 4th card shows the outcome. Sounds straightforward enough. Well, please see if that remains true once we flip the cards. Let's see what the first card is. Okay, ooh, the Magician. It's one of my favorite cards. Wow, these cards are beautiful. Did you draw them yourself? No, actually, my grand made this deck for me. Our family's custom is that the head witch gives a tarot deck to their apprentices once they start training.
I feel like I could learn a thing or two from your gran. She's an excellent artist. Anyway, what does this card mean? So this is the Magician, depicted by a plant called Didney of Crete. This card symbolizes skill, focus, energy, and manifestations. For me, I always see this card as like ambition. Though we're reading this card for a tricky situation. All cards have multiple meanings though. This card is probably telling us that there's a lack of these things. I have skills. I don't think the card necessarily means your artistic skill in this case. Remember, we're asking what to do about the fiddly nibblies. I think in this case, the card is saying that maybe you and their energies are out of sync. Somehow you aren't communicating effectively, so you can't harness each other's energy. What do you think? I guess it's figuring out how to communicate then, but we tried that and it didn't work. I wouldn't say that was our best attempt though, so the card is telling us there's something more to do here. Maybe we should go ahead and turn to the next card. The Devil. So our obstacle is the Devil. Now this one makes perfect sense. Hang on, this card might not mean what you think it does. But it does mean that there's some sort of chaos going on in your life, perhaps some manipulation and confusion. But I remember when my gran talked to me about this card and why she chose the sundew to represent it. And I was like, it's carnivorous, duh, and she said yes, that was part of it. But when people first started collecting sundews, they thought they were the most darling plants. And then they discovered they were carnivorous. So that explained that the sundews were then vegetable wickedness. And our gran thought that was hysterical. When you're dealing with the devil, sometimes you need to just laugh at the absurdity of things. Sometimes by not embracing the chaos, you cause more friction. I have been trying to cut them out of my life more recently, more so than I did when I was younger. Even then, it's not like they didn't cause trouble. I liked the fiddly nibblies, but it was exhausting being the weird girl in class. I just wanted to fit in. Did you ever think you were weird? What? No. I always thought I was fine. It was everyone else. I could be myself with the fiddly nibblies. Let's pull the next card. Temperance. So temperance represents the actions you can take. This is interesting. In a good or a bad way? Well, it implies something in your life needs healing. And since this reading is regarding the fiddly nibblies and what you should do about them, it might be the two of you need to do some healing work, which is a step beyond communicating. I tried asking them what they wanted before. I feel like that wasn't the right approach. It might be more what the both of you want. Temperance usually means something along the lines of cooperation and harmony. The other curious thing about temperance is number 14, while the devil number is 15. So if you can heal your relationship, you might find harmony in the chaos. But how do I heal my relationship with them? You said you used to play with them as a kid, right? Yeah. Have you tried that recently? No, I mean, I'm not a kid anymore. So maybe it's not playing with them like you were when you were a kid, but somehow still including them in your life. You said they were a big source of your creativity, so maybe it's something along the lines of that. Maybe you're right. So what's the outcome? The Empress. Ha, the outcome is the Empress. What's so funny about that? The Empress is a card of creativity, uncontrolled creativity at that. It's also a card of nurturing. If there was a card to represent you, I think this would be it. The Empress. I think I could work with that. But what could it imply for me and the fiddly nibblies? So it sounds like you're able to find balance with the fiddly nibblies. You might become even more creative. What I thought was holding me back all my life might be my way forward? That's what the cards seem to say. Of course, this is going to take some work on your end. Yeah, it will. There's not much time either. Maybe this festival piece can be the start of something new with the fiddly nibblies. Yeah, maybe it could be. I wish there was some way to at least set us up to work peacefully together. Devin always says you can sort all your problems over a cup of tea. Tea, huh? That gives you an idea. If only life were that simple. I'm going to head back to the studio. Maybe I can start to refigure things out there. Sounds good. I'm glad the tarot reading seemed to help. I've never done a reading for anyone else before. It was an exciting experience. Here's to both of us learning new things today. I'll get going though. Thanks again for your help, Robin. You know, Jamina has that old teapot at her store. I wonder if I could make something with that. Yusha might not realize it, but Devin is onto something. Yeah, they just need a good cup of tea. Alright, And let's speak to Devin. I wonder how Devon's meeting with Ruth and Mel went yesterday. They seemed confident enough. You knock on the music studio door. Robin, I'm glad you're here. Oh, did I do something? Yes, you helped me big time. The countdown meditation, along with the confidence bell, really worked. Ruth and Mel loved the song I composed. Really, that's great to hear, though I wouldn't give myself too much credit. You're the one who wrote the song, after all. Yeah, but without your help, I would have been too nervous about playing it properly, you know? Oh, Devin. What are friends for? Yeah, the power of friendship. I don't know what I would have done without you. Or what I'm going to do without you. Oh. The ending has got to be me staying, right? Devin, Robin, you go first. Oh, you! It's just these past weeks have been really great, even with all their ups and downs. I was about to say the same thing. But let's not focus on the sad stuff just yet. We've still got a few days, and then there's the festival. What's left for you to do before the festival? Now that the song got approved, the musicians need to practice it. I don't think that'll be too hard, though. They all seem pretty skilled. I also offered to help finalize the lineup and run the stage for the festival. Wow! You're gonna run the whole show. Devin, sovereign of the stage. Oh geez, that's too much. Besides, it's really about the musicians and Flora. I'm pretty excited though. It feels really great to bring all the musicians together. I think we're really going to capture the spirit of Flora with our music. Together. It's really great seeing you this excited. Well, we'll see how I feel the day of. I think you're going to be just fine. As an artist, feels like I should want to be the center of attention. And there's an expectation that I should constantly be putting myself out there. But it's so exhausting, and then I spend all my time stressing out about. I could be working on composing or collaborating with other musicians instead, you know? I don't get why making art never actually feels like it's about making art. Does that make sense? I think so. Basically, you want to make music without all the other stuff. I just want to study witchcraft with all my family's expectations. Those expectations are made up anyway, and for some reason, they all just seem to accept it. None of them seem happy about it either. Yeah, that's it exactly. I was kind of amazed when I was honest with everyone at the full moon ritual. Everyone was just alright with it, and I've never had that happen before. Usually I get told if I don't do things exactly this way that I'll never make it, but you know what? I think that's nonsense. Yeah! Let's burn it down. I don't think you need to get in any more trouble right now. You're probably right. You probably need to at least go through the festival first. I should probably be getting back to the music too. Still got lots to do and only a few days left. Yep, let's do our best. Oh good. I like Devin. This feeling again, this time it's the amethyst. That'd be perfect for Devin's locket. Amethyst has protective qualities and helps quiet the mind. So if they don't have time for a countdown meditation, the amethyst could help instead. Let me write this down in my grimoire. Okay, so... Oh, did you get my letter? Does that mean you're here to buy my antiques? I sure hope it is. I'm thinking I'm doing a bit of rebranding after the festival. Maybe something like Jamina's Common Goods. Nothing exciting sold here. Not that I'm not glad you've been a loyal customer during your stay, but I need more than one customer to keep this shop open. That's enough of me. Enjoy the low prices. So, can I buy everything? Seems like it. Buy, and buy. Shopping spree. Buy one more of these. 2 more of these. Okay, so these are all sold out. Cool. Thanks, Jamina. Alright, let's go home. And we'll sleep. Oh wait, no, can I talk to Ramsey? Ramsey! You've got a shiny thing for me? How are we doing on preparations? Is there anything I've missed? All the orders are done for today? I've checked in on everyone today? Great, thanks for your help, Ramsey. What would I do without you? Oh, good. Let's see here. More crystal... no. There we go. Yeah. Alright, let's pull some cards. Let's do 3-card spread. A hermit, the moon, the tower. Hermit, withdrawal, searching, patience, enlightenment. Yeah, I see this kind of like, you know, staying home. The moon, inner self, dissolution, instability, and the unconscious. This one I kind of see as like intuition. And the tower, big change, face already damage, exhaustion, humiliation, upheaval. Yeah, so that's interesting. So I guess kind of in the past we're being a hermit. Right now we're gonna follow our intuition, inner self, but things are kind of shaky, and then a big change is coming. That's good to know, huh? Alright, let's sleep for the day. Friends with who? Complete all of Ruth's friend events. Oh, interesting. Okay. Hey Ramsey, I want to talk a little more about the idea I mentioned yesterday. You know, how I've had these strange feelings about talking to folks, like sensing colors and stuff? Well, I was thinking about crafting some enchanted items, incorporating what I've been sensing. You know, to help them even after we've left. Do you think that's a good idea? Yeah, that's what good witches do, right? I'm not trying to assert my magical skills at all. I just want to help. For real. Yeah, I've already got some idea on what to craft. I think I've been thinking about it for a while now, but only just realized it. But I wanted to see if it's actually a good idea first. Thanks, Ramsey. Let's enchant some items. Time to write these items down and these ideas down and make more. Okay. I'm gonna look at the item ideas. Or can I? Can I not click on you? Oh, they're... So nobody has orders. Oh, interesting, okay. So I'm actually gonna end the episode here. I know we only did one day, but I think the days are kind of getting longer and I don't want the video to be too long. So next time we'll pick up trying to make some of these enchanted items, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye!